Private Hospital Association has announced operational guidelines for its member facilities ahead of tomorrow's start of the previously announced suspension of services under the Social Health Authority. Pretty much the same story that we had carried. Of course, development of the same, we'll be giving it to you shortly. But also tonight, a major development for Sudan's ongoing conflict. The Rapid Support Forces and its allies have signed a pact to establish, that is, a unity government, sparking hope for peace, but also fears of further fragmentation. The agreement, sealed behind closed doors right here in Nairobi early Sunday morning, has drawn mixed reactions both with Sudan and international entities. This, as George Maringa details.
After 4 days of intense negotiations, the Sudan Founding Alliance was officially launched, uniting over 20 political parties, 10 civil organizations, and 5 military groups led by the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces, RSF. Key signatories include Abdel Rahim Daglo, deputy to RSF Commander Mohammed Hamdan Daglo, and a faction of the Sudan People's Liberation Movement North, led by Abdelaziz Al-Hilu, which controls part of the Kordofan and Blue Nile states. The alliance's charter calls for a secular, democratic, and decentralized Sudan, emphasizing freedom, equality, and justice without bias toward ethnicity, culture, or religion. Central to the agreement is the formation of a unified national army representing all regions of Sudan, free from political interference. The alliance also vowed to end the war, facilitate humanitarian aid, and integrate armed groups into a single national force. Ala El-Din Nukt, a former spokesperson for the Takadum coalition and charter signatory, highlighted the urgent need to address service gaps in RSF-controlled territories. The move comes nearly 2 years into Sudan's brutal war, which has displaced over 12 million people and caused what the UN calls the world's worst hunger and displacement crisis. But the formation of the Sudan Founding Alliance has deepened political rifts. The once united Takadum coalition has splintered into two factions. The alliance itself aligned with the RSF and the Civilian Democratic Alliance for Revolutionary Powers, or SUMUD, led by former Prime Minister Abdallah Hamdok. Sudan's Army Chief Abdel Fattah al-Burhan has condemned the initiative, vowing to form a quote-unquote war cabinet after recent military gains in Khartoum and central Sudan. Kenya's hosting of the summit has also sparked backlash. Sudan's army-aligned government recalled its ambassador from Nairobi last week, while the UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres warned the move could further fragment the country. Despite the controversy, alliance leaders are pressing ahead. Najim al-Din Drissa, spokesperson for the United Civil Forces, says the new administration could be formed within a month. As Sudan's conflict rages on, the Sudan Founding Alliance offers both promise and peril. Whether it leads to unity or further division will depend on how the alliance navigates Sudan's complex political landscape in the coming weeks. George Maringa, TV 47, Nairobi.